What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Let's do this correct. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Listen Doctor Radio, bringing you guys a brand new show. Let's get it. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? I am the Listen Doctor, bringing you guys a brand new show. And as you just heard, let's go ahead and get to the story. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna wait for a minute for a couple of people to get in the building. I see a couple of people here on YouTube already. I'm gonna wait for a couple of people to get in here on Bigo. This topic I'm getting ready to talk about is very, very important to me. I suffer with it. A lot of people that I know suffer with it. And before we get into what the topic is, we're gonna wait for a couple of people to get in the building so we can get the best results. Because if I'm just talking to four people, not saying that you guys not important, but if I'm just talking to four people, you guys ain't really getting the message, like really, getting it out there. If I'm talking to a lot of people, 8, maybe 9 or 10 or 20, 30, 100, it gets it out there faster, and we can convey the message a little real quicker than we have to. We are live on 2 platforms, Bigo, and we are live on YouTube as well. If you're on YouTube over here, hit that thumbs up button when you make your way into the building. Please hit the like button as well. Thumbs up. You want to subscribe to the channel as well. You want to see a subscribe button at the bottom of the channel right about here. Go ahead and hit that. Hit the bell for post notifications so you'll never miss a show at all. You get the notifications when I go live. If you're over here on Bigo, you want to go ahead and tap the stream. Share the live as well to Facebook, Twitter. You search certain different apps that they have in here that you can go ahead and share the broadcast to. And if you are in here and you believe in the message and you think that the message is really, really worth something, please hit that share button and tap the stream and send some gifts. Drop some gifts on your boy as well. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to be talking about a couple of issues. Wait for some people to get in the building. While we waiting, I don't like dead air. While we waiting, we're going to go ahead and listen to a couple of songs while we wait, if y'all don't mind. These are going to be original songs, so I don't get any copyright strikes. So these are going to be original songs that someone else made, and I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys listen to a couple. How you guys doing? I am the doc. I'm doing okay. Let's go ahead and get to it, y'all. Okay. All right, in second, we'll go ahead and get to the topic because I just saw something that came across my stream and I have to do. Um, so we're talking about today, man. We're talking about depression, self-help, mental health. It's something that plagues a lot of people in the world. It plagues me. It plagues my family, the people that I'm closest to. A lot of us are suffering from mental health. And the reason I want to talk to you guys about this today because you might not know or you might not heard about this singer by the name of Tamar Braxton. Miss Tamar Braxton, one of the sisters of Toni Braxton, one of the youngest sisters of Toni Braxton. I think she is the baby, I believe. She was found by her boyfriend unresponsive 2 days ago. It didn't get really a lot of news. Nobody really talked about it. A couple of people on social media talked about it, the broadcasters and stuff, the content creators, but a lot of other people really haven't talked about it, and I want to know why. This is something that nobody wants to talk about, mental health. Nobody wants to say anything about it. Nobody want to give it any kind of light, and we want to believe that people don't suffer from it. But I have some stuff to let you guys know how many celebrities in the past couple of years have killed themselves by suicide, and how many people around the world use this evil tool to get rid of the pain. I'm one of those people who try to commit suicide several times. You guys have saw that on the suicide prevention shows that I do. And we up to like number 3 right now. Number 3 will be coming, and number 3 will be engaging with different people on the platform. I will have different people who have suffered with suicide attempts in the show, talking with me as well, giving you guys advice on how to handle it. With that being said, we're going to listen to the 911 call of her boyfriend. And the reason why we're going to use that today and talk about that 911 call is because now the Braxton Family Values is a TV show, but the Braxton family is now saying that the boyfriend is the cause of her trying to commit suicide. I don't know. We don't know. So instead of us blaming this man, let's see what happened. In this phone call, this man is not an actor. This man has nothing to do with acting like that. He's just a regular guy that she got with, I suppose. And he made a phone call because she needed her help. And she was down there on the ground, unresponsive. What up's the ruler in the building? What up? I see you, bro. She was on the ground, unresponsive, and we're gonna go ahead and listen to the phone call. Like I said, we are talking about Tamar Braxton. She tried to commit suicide 2 days ago, and that's what we're talking about today: mental health and depression. So it's very important for me, guys, for you guys to listen to the rest of the tape. Listen to the phone call. Tell me what you think about the phone call. And we'll give our thoughts. And afterwards, we're going to go ahead and get into some more stuff about depression. Let's go ahead and get into the phone call right about now. Let's see. This is the phone call with her boyfriend, the 911 phone call.
Emergency. And what's the emergency?
My girlfriend is not responding.
Are you with her right now?
Yes.
How old is she?
She's not awake.
Okay, can you wake her up? Can you shake her and yell at her? Try to wake her up.
I'm thinking, she has a little bit of her eye open.
All right, sir. Like I said, we're on the way. I'm going to stay on the line.
Okay, she's been drinking. It's like a half of she's on medication for depression. I don't know how much. She sent a letter earlier. Anyway, just ask him to hurry.
I'm sorry, sir. You said she's on.
Just ask him to hurry. She's on medication. She takes medication, but she doesn't. I don't know if she's taking her medication or what. Or if she was very angry earlier on. She has trouble with the network. The company she's working with, and they did something today, and she no way. This before. I hope this is not.
Okay. Yeah, when they're inside of the same room that you're in, you and I can disconnect. But until then, we have to keep our eye on her breathing.
So this is what you're looking at right here, ladies and gentlemen, for the people who are wanting to know. This is a statement that they said, this is what she put, I am a slave. I do not own my own life. Tamar Braxton sent a suicide letter to network before alleging the dude's attempt. She sent a suicide letter to her network saying that I am a slave. I do not own my own life. Tamar Braxton sent that to them. And the reason why she sent that to them, because you might not know, you might not have heard, Tamar Braxton has been in this battle with the network not the network, the network through her contract with the network, through her own show. She's been trying to put her own show out there and give it the way she wanted. And the way that they put her content out depicted her as a human being that didn't care about people, depicted her as a wretched human being, as something that she's trying to get away from. That people think that about her, people think that she's a loudmouth, people think that she's hard to work with, meaning that's why she got kicked off of the TV show The Real, because they said she was really, really hard to work with. She had an attitude. A lot of people were saying a lot of negative things about Tamar Braxton. So she wanted to get her own show and give her own side of how she feel about things. This is a live broadcast on YouTube, so you guys might be saying like, "What is going on?" You know, we regularly see, but this is the live broadcast of the news. That's why I'm gonna pause and do certain things like that and let you guys feel engaged. But let's go ahead and get to it.
Breathing, okay?
Alright, here we go. Weeks before Tamar Braxton appeared to try to take her own life, the singer, what up, Beauty in the building? What up, baby? The singer, reality star, sent a enclosed email to her network bosses, accusing them of defaming her family and making her suicide, making her take suicide. Page 6 has learned.
Okay, sir.
What you guys are listening to, hello. For the people who are new coming in, for the people who have not been here, what you're looking at and what you're listening to is the phone call from Tamar Braxton's boyfriend. Today we are talking about mental health. Today we're going to be talking about mental health and suicide and depression. The reason why I'm talking about that is because I believe in depression. I believe in it because I suffer from it a lot. So the people who are new coming here on YouTube and on Bigo, that's what we are talking about. So weeks before, she sent a letter to them, asking them for her own rights to her TV show, asking them for different things for her TV show, and she wanted to have her own rights to do what she wanted to do. And the TV show network did not want to give that up to her. They wanted to keep her on the contract that she was on. They felt no need to change it for them. She wanted to change it, and in the result, she went home, wrote a suicide letter to her network, and she tried to take her life 2 days ago. She's now recovering in the hospital. So let's go ahead and listen to this phone call, because the reason why we're listening to this phone call, ladies and gentlemen, because the family of Tamar Braxton, her sisters and mom, is claiming that the boyfriend is behind it. The boyfriend is a week. The boyfriend is the reason why she tried to commit suicide. Now, we all don't know if that is the case or not, but in the result of her writing a letter to her network, emailing a letter to her network, with her doing it, I believe that she is the one that tried to commit suicide. Let's go ahead and get to the call.
Well, she needs some help, sir. You guys should look for some help for her.
And it's come to this.
Right.
When do you get free? At what point are you really free? At what point can a company, can an organization control your...
How long has she been working for them?
They've taken away her happiness, everything. She held back everything.
Find my happiness that was within, because it's always here. You just have to realize that your happiness comes from within.
What makes you beautiful?
That I accept myself for who I am, and whoever don't like me, please take a number and get in line. Because I can't change how you feel about me. I can only change how I feel about me. And the key word here tonight is called redemption. Let's work it on out. Sometimes it's better to apologize. To walk away from a situation. Until you gotta bring it all the way back to you. Always rely on myself and tap into myself and believe in myself and trust in myself to make me happy and not from anybody else. I make myself happy. You want to know why? Because God created me in his own wonderful way.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the story of Tamar Braxton. You saw at the phone call. What are you guys' thoughts? I'm gonna ask you guys your personal thoughts. Do you think that her boyfriend is the reason why she tried to commit suicide? I don't believe so. This man had a lot of hurt and a lot of passion into him right now, trying to do this phone call, making this phone call to try to save his girlfriend. And I don't believe this man would do that, not knowing him, but I don't really believe that this man would put on the front on the phone to try to do this. And secondly, when it comes to what she said about people not liking her. That is something that we all suffer with, wanting people to like us, wanting people to accept us. I suffer with it. And it's something that have plagued me through my whole life. From being a kid, I used to be very, very skinny. I told people the story before. I used to be very, very skinny. People used to call me and say, you can hula hoop to a Cheerio. I didn't get the meaning of that. I just knew I was just too small, and they said I can hula hoop to a Cheerio. It wasn't really funny to me, and it's still not funny to me. I remember being obese at one time in my life. Not, fat. I'm fat now. I remember being that way, getting fat, and then people was laughing at me. The same things I was doing to people, I started seeing people do it to me. Shout out to Hitman in the building. What up, baby? What up, my boy in the building? My dude in the building, my brother, my ace, my coon. What up, bro? I started seeing people do that to me as well, and it was very, very hurtful. Um, but I'm here to tell you, man, we can get past the depression. You can get past all of the hurt, because we all have someone who are less fortunate, someone who is going through way more issues than we are. And that's what I tell myself. I am not the only one who's going through things. They have other people out there who's hurting. They have other people out there who got different things in their life that they need to work on. And that's what I do with my life. That's how I help myself and maintain a clear mind and be able to do things for other people, because I'm always thinking about somebody else's being affected, not just me. But what are you guys' thoughts for the people that's on YouTube, for the people who go to watch this on the replay? What are you guys' thoughts? Do you think that her boyfriend is the cause of her doing his suicide? I do not. I believe that he tried to help her. He first called 911. He made sure she went to the hospital. He was at her side through the whole time. Her family did not show up to the hospital. TMZ reported that her family did not show up to the hospital. Why would her family show up to the hospital, ladies and gentlemen? That's their daughter, that's their little sister, that's their cousin. Nobody from the family showed up. But now you want everybody to believe that this guy that you see her in this picture with tried to kill her and was the cause of her doing suicide. I'm not buying it for one minute. I'm not buying it for 1 minute. And if you are buying it, maybe you need to find out the facts before you. We do this to men so much. We blame men for anything. Your child can come to you and your child can tell you, "Daddy touched me." You automatically think that he touched her down there. I know some women who say they dad not even supposed to give their baby girl a bath. Huh? Nah, ladies and gentlemen, I know women who say, I'm not letting my husband or my man, who's the baby's father, give my daughter a bath. And then I sit back and I look like, okay, let's examine that. Let's say you at work, you at your job, and the daughter come home from school, and she's dirty from school. She cannot get her bath from her dad because you're not home. She has to sit in her clothes until you come home. One chick said, "Yeah, I won't allow my husband to give his daughter a bath. And I asked her why. Because she said men touches children. And I said, wait a minute. So you think her dad would touch her? Yeah. Then my next question was why the fuck did you have a baby by a man that you think would touch your kid? She had nothing to say. And I said, exactly. That's stupid. I'm telling you right now, my wife is sitting right there. I refuse. I give no fucks. If it's my child and I'm a man, men, stand the fuck up. Real men, stand the fuck up and gain your confidence to tell them, I am a man. If I want to give my daughter a fucking bath, that's what the fuck I will do. Do we want to as men? No. But I am a father. I will do my motherfucking job. It's my child too. And that's what a lot of people get misunderstanding. They think that the child is just the woman's child, and that is false. It is false. Because you would not have the child without me. You cannot make it on your own. You need my semen to make a child. No woman can make children. No two women can make children. It won't happen. You have to have my semen. You have to. That's the way God set it up. That's the way it's going to be. So, with that being said, men around the world who watch this, start gaining your confidence. I'm not saying let every Dick and Harry bath your child. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the guy that you just met, the guy that you just sleeping with, don't let him bath your child. No. But you want to make sure your child has the proper person doing it, i.e. the dad. But just to give you guys an idea how real suicide is in the world, and a lot of people don't understand it. I'm just going to give you a couple of things that a couple of people who have took their life through suicide and how it plagues the world. First of all, let's go to Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit was a football player in high school. He was a tennis player. Without long shock in the building, he was a tennis player at one point, and he played and wrestled for WWE Wrestling Company, Worldwide Entertainment, better known as the World Rudder Federation Company, for Vince McMahon for several years. He sadly took his life and his children's and his wife's life in 2000. He came home. What up, Care Bear in the building? He came home from an event and he murdered his wife. And then he murdered his kids. And then he murdered himself, taking his own life. If you guys know about Chris Benoit, he used to be one of my favorite wrestlers in the world. He was so depressed and so selfish that he took his own life and his family's. And that didn't happen just with him. Eddie Guerrero killed himself. A lot of wrestlers in the wrestling field have killed themselves. And the drummer from Linkin Park murdered himself and took his life a couple of months after he took his life. And a lot of people play with this suicide word. A lot of people don't know what the word really means of suicide. It's where your mind is not thinking clearly and you are unaware of your thoughts and you want to harm yourself. Shout out to the people that's making your way in the building and you want to harm yourself. I have tried to kill myself several times in my life. Too many times to count. And when I have those thoughts, what comes over me is a lot of pain, a lot of envy for other people, a lot of hurt. And it's very hard to deal with. had a guy of mine ask me, Doc, why you always do shows about suicide? Why you always do shows about people hurting people and stuff like that? You can be a lot bigger, Doc, if you won't talk about those things. If you talk about things that people like to talk about and people like to hear, Doc, you will be a lot better. You'll have more people come to your show. And my reply to that person was, I don't give a fuck if it's two people. That needs to be talked about. People don't talk about it as much. And like I said, it happened. Tamar Braxton tried to kill herself 2 days ago. And when I saw that, it hurt me because I know Tamar Braxton. I met her personally when she came to New Orleans. She's a very, very humble person. She's a very likable person. What up, Baby Ruth? What up? She's a very likable person. But you can tell she had a lot of pain in her life. She suffered from a lot of pain. She didn't really like herself like that. She thought of herself as a superficial slave to music. She had a lot of life issues in her life, being with her family, being the youngest sister of the Braxton sisters. She was always looked at as someone who didn't measure up to Toni Braxton or Tracy Braxton. She tried to do her own thing in her own spin, get her own music going. That happened for a little while. She was on a talk TV show. Those girls on a talk TV show, they denied it, but they talked about her bad when she left the show. And another celebrity from the talk is leaving the show. Tia, whatever the sister name, she's leaving the show. I think it's Tamara. She's leaving the show. And a lot of people don't understand that show, being on a show with all those black women, I love my black women. I love y'all to death. But y'all are very fucking messy. Y'all are. It's just the fact. Y'all are very messy. And that TV show has brought a lot out of Tamar Braxton. She was at some of her worst times when she was on that TV show. Going back into some recent people who have killed themselves due to suicide. We talk about, I didn't even know this. I just found out. Don Cornelius, the TV host and talk show host who started Soul Train. He started Soul Train. He killed himself. And he died February 2012 by a gunshot wound to the head. I didn't even know Don Cornelius killed himself. He was looked at as feared in the world when he made the show Soul Train, and he took his own life in 2012. Shout out to the people that's making your way over here on YouTube as well. I appreciate you guys. Recently, some recent news of some people who killed themselves. Mr. Robert Williams. Sorry about that. I got a little cold in my throat, y'all. Sorry. You might know Mr. Robert Williams from his hit movies, Mrs. Doubtfire, Jumanji, and so forth. He took his life 2014, August 11th, 2014. He took his life, where he took his own life by hanging himself in his home. In his suicide letter read that I brought joy to a lot of people in my life. I brought happiness to a lot of people in my life. And the one thing I could not do was make my own self happy and laugh. I don't even have to pick that up and put it on a book on a string because I read the letter over and over again. He couldn't make himself happy. He wanted to take his life, and he did take his life. And I miss Robert Williams. I really do. He was a great fucking actor. He was a great comedian. I still watch his movies today. Mrs. Doubtfire is like one of my favorite movies. Jumanji, the original Jumanji, I love it. They tried to do a spin-off of the Jumanji movie. It was not good. I'm sorry. Kevin Hart, The Rock, it was not good. It sucked. It was not good to me. It'll never be another Jumanji movie like he made. That was raw talent that you don't get anymore. And that's just a couple of people, man, who have took their life through suicide attempts. Amy Whitehouse took her life, suicide attempt. It's very, very hard for people to understand the the plague that happens to you when you feel like you want to take your life. It's something a lot of people look past and we don't talk about. It's not sexy. It's not appealing to talk about suicide. But I'm here to tell you that I don't care. I'm one of those people who are going to talk about it till the day I die because I believe in getting people to understand that you don't have to be alone. You don't have to suffer. You have people that you can call. You can have the 1-800 suicide prevention line that you can call. And I'm going to put that number at the bottom of these description boxes. My number, 504-289-5057. 504-289-5057. A lot of people say you crazy for putting your number on social media. People can do all kind of shit with your number, doc. But I don't care because I'd rather you have the number of someone you can call to talk about your issues before you take your life because I have been there. I didn't have no one to talk to. I didn't have a friend to call. Freddie B took his life. Freddie E took his life. Hip hop artist took his life. January 2013, he died of a gunshot wound to the head. He was a rapper. Nice young gentleman. He was a rapper. He took his life. Whitney Houston took her life in a pool full of water in a tub. She overdosed, taking her life. So when I tell you guys that depression is real, understand that it's real. What up? What up? I see you in the building, Peach. It's real. And in some other news, man, like I said, we're going to open up the chat. We're going to open up the chat in a little bit just to get you guys thoughts on it and let me know how you feel about it. Hello, everybody that's over here on YouTube as well. Hello. How you guys are doing? To the people that's making your way over here on YouTube, how you doing? Thank you. In some other news, man, while we're talking about mental illness, let's talk about the reason why a lot of people won't talk about mental illness. What are you guys' thoughts on why a lot of people won't talk about it? While you guys thinking about it, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. A lot of people won't talk about mental illness because it's not sexy. It's not something that people want to talk about because they feel like talking about it gives it power. I feel like not talking about it gives it power. and I'm one of those people who have done the suicide prevention shows. I'm one of the people who put things out there and put myself on a line and tell people about my story because I genuinely care about people well being, and that's something that really really affects me because then I give a lot of people my time and my attention who shouldn't need it. I give certain people my attention who just abuse the attention, and then they do the same shit they do. I've got myself hurt a couple of times putting myself on the line, and I'm no longer friends with people. But one of the things I won't stop doing is helping people. People keep saying, Doc, don't help these people. Don't help that person. Don't help this person. I always do because I care about people well-being. And in result, thank you guys for getting me to that 1 star. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In this statement, man, it was really, really sad that no one from her family showed up to the hospital, and now they're trying to blame this guy. You got everybody on YouTube talking about it, but nobody gave any solutions. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nobody gave any solutions. Nobody gave anything that can talk about on try to help this young lady. Timar Braxton has been suffering with depression since a teen. She always felt like she wasn't good enough. She always felt like she had to be way better, twice better, because she grew up under her sister's shadow, Toni Braxton. Um, she's been in a bad divorce settlement with Vince, her husband Vince. That happened a couple of years ago. She finally found some kind of happiness with this guy, and for her to be treated like she's been treated in the media is very, very sad. Very, very sad. Um, but I got some more news for you guys. Let's go ahead and get to it right quick. Got some more news for you guys that I wanted to talk to you guys about. This is something that everyone should be aware of, and I'm going to react to a react video of one of my favorite TV, one of my favorite social media personalities. If you will bear with me, if you guys will bear with me, I got a story that's going to shock you and going to piss you off. Something that no one's talking about. No one's talking about. And it seems to me no one cares. But if it was a man, for the people who aren't in this chat, you can agree. If it was a man, huh? It's outside? Yeah. Alright. Alright, y'all, give me 1 second. Give me one second. Give me 1 second. I gotta get the mail right quick. Give me 1 second. So I'm in front of my door. Wait, go get it, babe. See if you can drag it. Because I know it's so bad. Go ahead. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had to go get my new bed that just came in the mail. It's a big ass box. It's a big ass box, y'all. I'm so excited to put it up. Look at it. Sitting over there. It's a big ass box. I can't wait to put it up. Uh, but yeah, let's go ahead and get to this topic. Like I said, I am doing a reaction, and I'm doing this reaction under the copyright infringement law, meaning I can do this content without being sued. I can talk about this content. Yeah, new bed. I can do this content without getting sued. I can do this content without feeling pressure from anyone. This content comes from one of my favorite content creators on YouTube. His name is Tommy Sotomayor. He broke the story. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on his breaking the story on this subject. If you are a female and you in the chat, I want you to pay attention to this article because it really, really affects a lot of females. If you are a male in this chat, I want you to pay attention to this story because it affects you as well. My wife said a bed. Yeah, it's a bed. Um, it affects a lot of people. And if you are a man that's in the chat, if you are a man that's in this chat, I want you to understand that if this was us, it would not go down the way people not saying it, nothing about it. Let's go ahead and check out the story. This story comes to you by Tommy Sotomayor. He's a personality on YouTube, but he's one of my favorite guys. He's one of my mentors. He taught me how to do this thing that I do today. So let's check out what he had to say about this young individual that a lot of people tend to like. They tend to like her. She's very approachable, I guess. People like her. Her husband's a favorite singer of someone in this chat.
Last story.
Let's get it.
How many of you guys know who this woman is? A woman by the name of Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen is John Legend's woman by the name wife. Chrissy Teigen is in a lot of hot water for some weird ass tweets. Teigen is John Legend. I'm about to let you guys in on it. She's arguing about being on flights to Pedo Island, and she's made some tweets that are really fucked up. She said something about she had sex in Obama's White House or something like that, something weird. Crazy. Let's break some news.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TNN News. Welcome. Your host, Tom.
I don't know what to do or what to say. Chrissy Teigen is in hot water, and some of the hot water that she's in is based upon some things she's put out for the world. One of these things is she put up a tweet that said, "I am going to jail over pizza." Not a bad tweet. I call pussy pizza. Looks just like it. The two S's, two Z's, looks like it. Never thought about whatever they were saying in this damn pizza game. The time I was in high school, we used to call pussy pizza. Way of saying it without getting in trouble. She responded to someone and said to this guy, Kevin Sockler, nah, he just said the cleanest and best pleasure is to have sex with a 13-year-old. Up until that, ha, 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 ha. The cleanest and best pleasure is to have sex with a 13-year-old. Seeing little girls do the splits half naked is just, I want to put myself in jail. Toddlers and tiaras. This was from 2011. 2011. So it'd be very difficult for somebody to fake an old tweet. I woke up this morning with pizza on my chest and ranch dressing all over me. So if you think I'm too good for this, you are sadly mistaken.
So y'all know what she's talking about, right? When she said I woke up with pizza all over my chest and ranch all over my I woke up this morning with pizza on my chest and ranch dressing all over me. So if you think I'm too good for this, you are sadly mistaken. Yeah. That is Chrissy Teigen. The story that we're doing right now is Chrissy Teigen's Instagram that got her in some Instagram and Twitter that got her in some hot water this week. Chrissy Teigen is the wife of John Legend. She's the wife of John Legend. She had a couple of tweets that got her in some hot water this past week. She's saying she's going to delete her Instagram and her Twitter because she's getting harassed. She put up some tweets saying the best pleasure in the world is to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. She put that. And you know how we know she put that? Because anybody who's somebody that's on Twitter, anybody that's somebody that's on Twitter, you have some type of name, you have that blue check above your name. You know what I'm talking about. You have that blue check above your name, on the side of your name. If you are somebody famous or somebody that it's anybody to the world, you have a blue check above your name or around your name. That's from her personal Instagram. She said the best pleasure in the world is to have sex with a 13-year-old child. She said, I love pizza. I'm going to jail for loving pizza. And Tommy's right about that. In high school, we used to call pussy Pussa or Pussy to some people. We used to call it pizza. You got some pizza last night? Man, I had some pizza too last night. You know, we used to call it that so we wouldn't get in trouble by the teacher. Girls got their word for dicklings, sausage, dildo, whatever the fuck y'all call it. Y'all got y'all name for it. We got our name for pussy. Right. Facts. Pickle. Right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all name for it. We got our names for it as well. She said, I woke up. This is her tweet. I woke up this morning with pizza on my chest and ranch dressing all over me. So if you think I'm too good for this, you are sadly mistaken. Let's go. But that's not there. That's not it.
I always have a note.
Now this right here is what disgusts me, not more than anything else that happened, but it disgusts me because I'm a husband. This is her own treat. But they made nah, because I can tell you why after the story. This is another text. This is another tweet that she tweeted. And as a husband, it pissed me off a lot. It really did. It really did. This tweet is from her Twitter that she tweeted just a couple of. Let's go.
I always have a note in my pocket that says John did it just in case I'm murdered because I don't want him to remarry. True love tips.
So did you guys read that? Did you see that? She wrote on her Twitter. I always have a note in my pocket that says John did it. Just in case I'm murdered. Because I don't want him to remarry. True love tips. Don't see nothing wrong with that? I always have a note in my pocket that says John, aka John Legend, did it. Just in case I am murdered. Because I don't want him to remarry. True love tips. So basically, if you murdered Chrissy Teigen, you want your husband, John Legend, to go to jail for your murder because you don't want him to get remarried. Even if she did it, Beauty, just for fun and giggles. What's fun about saying I got a note in my pocket? If I'm murdered, I want the police to believe my husband did it. What's funny about that? Because me being a husband, I find it very offensive. Because if that woman on this couch right here did that, I would be very pissed the fuck off. Yes, I would. Because we were just talking about something last night. If she died, her family's gonna come to me. If I die, my family's gonna go to her, vice versa. It's not fair, but that's the way it is in the world. Until they find out the autopsy and go, she died from this. Or they're gonna believe I did it. The police is gonna believe I did it. Right. Right. And that's not all though. That's not all. You would think that would be enough, but that's not all.
And anything about R. Kelly, for those of you who may have known, one of the people who spoke out about R. Kelly was who? Her husband, John Legend, spoke out about R. Kelly. Talked about how he wouldn't work with him because of his alleged pedophilia. Chrissy Teigen, an outspoken mother of two, who is no stranger to Twitter trolls, have resorted to blocking over 1 million accounts, propagating conspiracy theories, and linking the star to the convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. Chrissy Teigen faced a barrage of scary harassment, she says, since following the arrest of his longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Some social media users allege that Teigen once flew on Epstein's private jet. The cookbook author says she was also accused of being a pedophile. Teigen vehemently denies the allegations. "I've never met the man," she tweeted on July 10th, referring to Epstein, or being on his island or on the plane. Despite many attempts to fight back, Teigen said that the vicious Twitter campaign is so frightening that she's worried for my family, and proceeded to delete thousands of tweets used by trolls to allegedly as alleged evidence of her involvement with the disgraced financier. "I actually deleted over 60,000 tweets because I cannot fucking stand you idiots anymore, and I'm worried for my family," she tweeted Thursday. "Finding me talking about toddlers and Tiara in 2013 and thinking you're some sort of fucking operative." A day later, Teigen resorted to blocking over 1 million users. She said she contemplated legal action and is even considering leaving Twitter, where she has more than 13 million followers, if the harassment continues. Wow, you're threatening Twitter to leave because you wrote some disgusting shit. Why would you sit there and say, "Watching these girls do splits half naked is so, I need to go to jail"? Why would you write that? Let a man write that. Let a man write that. So she did write the tweets. They were hers. So for the people who were in the comment section who were saying, "Oh no, they were made up." Nope, they were not made up. These are her actual tweets. These are her actual words. These are her actual thoughts. And she turned around and tried to blame the people for listening to them and reading them and thinking they're fucking disgusting, and said it's their problem that they find them fucking disgusting. They think.
And let's hit on that right quick. We all know, and I know more than anybody, when women this is where I want to do my battle of the sexes tonight. I want to do battle of the sexes. Because women, when y'all get caught doing something from a kid, if you had a brother or a sister, you can always blame your brother for it. Your brother gets the worst punishment. I know, because it happened to me. Girls usually, not all, for the people who want to say not all, because I know y'all in the building, not all. But I already debunked the not all situation, because, like I said, my black women, like I said, my white women, nobody says not all when it comes to something good about you. If a group of black women, because of the group of black women going to come to my page and say not all, I get it. If a group of black women were talking and a group of black women said, all black women got beautiful smiles. No black women will never say not all. None of y'all will. And you know you won't. Because y'all always say black women got the biggest ass, right? That's what y'all like to say, right? That's what y'all like to say. No black woman says not all. Secondly, right? If a group of black men come around and say, "Man, every white girl that I've been with was really, really nice and pleasant," a black girl will say not all, because the girl Becky down the street is a bitch. That's what y'all would say. So don't use that not all shit when it's something general. I'm using it in general. I'm not saying all women around the world are like that. Oxyroman knows that I'm not meaning like that. I'm not saying every woman around the world are disgusting. Y'all don't take credit for shit. But the majority of you do. You do not take credit for nothing. I can find you cheating on me, and you will say, "That ain't me cheating." They actually got women that say that. "That ain't me." Cheaters come out. The TV show. Cheaters. You'll see her on Cheaters. You'll catch this bitch with another guy. And she'll lie up there and say, "Oh, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Oh, that was somebody else. That wasn't me." Nah, that was you. So yeah. She wrote these tweets. And the tweet about the fucking note in her pocket was tweeted 2 months ago. The same tweet was tweeted 2 months ago that he just read about if I die a murder, I want the police to believe my husband did it. What's funny about that whole situation? Enough for your husband, who's a fucking artist, that a lot of people look up to, John Legend, the one who made all these songs, these beautiful songs. Enough for John Legend to go to prison for life because you're selfish and you don't want this man to remarry. That's what she put. Not for some of her fans who don't like John Legend. Not for a troll who don't like John Legend. Follow her up on that offer and kill her. You see what I'm saying? We put out stuff in existence. Think about what you speak. You can put it out to existence. Because just weeks before Whitney Houston died of a suicide attempt, she was watching something about Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe took her life years ago. That put a mental dart in Whitney Houston's brain. She took her life weeks later. So what you watch and what you read and what you say, you can push it into existence. That's why they always say if you pray to God, do things that you pray for, do things to make sure those things happen by putting them into existence. You put seeds into things and it happens. But if you don't put the right seeds into things, it won't happen. But let's go.
There's some types of operatives. Let a man say some shit like that. See what happened. And again, her husband was against R. Kelly. Why would you say that? What about that was funny?
What about that was funny? Exactly. They made Monica Lewinsky a model to a lot of black girls, a lot of white girls looked up to Monica Lewinsky. She was America's sweetheart. Everybody loved Monica Lewinsky. Everybody loved her. I'm sorry, Marilyn Monroe. I said Monica Lewinsky. Marilyn Monroe. Everybody loved Marilyn Monroe. Everybody loved her. Everybody wanted to be a. She was a sex symbol. But if a man put those tweets up, he would be arrested in minutes. If a man put those tweets up, he would be arrested in minutes. We went from letting underage girls have sex and marry very, very young to now it's some type of crime. My mama, my biological mother, married my daddy when she was 14 years ago. 14. She was 14. She legally married him when she was 19. But she was his wife at 14. My daddy, my biological father, from what I know, he died when he was 63 years old. And my mama was 29, I believe. Because I was 3 when he died. 29, I think. 29 or 20. She had to have been 20. No, I'm sorry. She was 25 years old when he died. Because I'm 3 years old. He died a couple of years after they got married. Yeah. It was legal for them to do that. Shout out to Bookie in the building. What up, baby? AKA Cookie. They were legal to do that. In Africa, you can marry a child. A child can marry a man at a very young age. In China, you can get married at a very young age. In China, you can drive. In China, you can get pregnant. In China, you got jobs. In Africa, you got jobs at a very young age. We talking about Miss Christy Teigen social media account has made her wanted to delete social media. John Legend's wife has been in some trouble because of a couple of tweets that she put out. Then we talked about, for a recap, we talked about mental issues. We talked about mental and suicide issues where Tamar Braxton tried to commit suicide just a couple of days ago. But now we talking about Chrissy Teigen, Mr. John Legend's wife. She's in hot trouble right now because she put some tweets out there, and a lot of people are offensive about those tweets, and I am too. That she loves little girls and tiaras. She likes to see little girls do splits. She and her husband was against Bill Cosby and against R. Kelly. Her husband said, John Legend said he would never work with R. Kelly because of the situation that R. Kelly was going through. But she is now photos have discovered of her on a private jet with disgraced actor and businessman Eric Einstein. She was on a plane with him where he and other little young girls on the plane, and she was on that plane. So that's what we're talking about.
I don't know if she's a comedian or not. I don't know. But I know as a man, when we say something like they tried to do me over everything I said was wrong. She's talking about toddlers and tiaras. Do y'all understand this? Restless, formless, shapeless children. You're seeking out children. You're seeking out children.
Mm-hmm.
Bow. Don't write another thing. Click the link. I have blockchained over 1 million people. 1 million people today, and I'm still flooded with 6 social. A victim before vowing to stop entertaining them. Tegan, who said she's still recovering from surgery, opened up about how the ordeal is affecting her. I can't take my medicine right now either because of my surgery and other pills, so they have no idea how hard it is to cope with, she stated on Twitter. They won't stop until I die. I'm convinced of it, and even then, they'll think of another conspiracy. Yo, this bitch is insane. She said, if I was on that flight, I was a victim. Get rid of Val, please.
Now she said,
I stand by what I said.
Right, it's a show. Yeah, right. She said, now if I was on that plane, I'm a victim. That's what she said. If I was on the plane, I'm a victim, and you can't say anything because I'm a victim. Confirming that she was on the fucking plane. But you just lied and said you wasn't on the plane. So what is it? You were on a plane or you wasn't?
Val, so you and I can both stand, we both can die on this hill. You stood by what you said. Her husband went on that damn show and was talking shit about him. So y'all don't care if R. Kelly killed himself, but we should worry if you kill yourself? We shouldn't worry with all these men who get accused all the time. Nobody gets to worry about if they're going to kill themselves. Do y'all hear that? When a man is going to kill himself, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares. Woman immediately turned into I'm a victim. Immediately. This woman claims she's on pills and just got through with a surgery. So you know what she should do, a mother of two and a wife? Tend to her children, not talk about how they are harassing her online. She could leave that alone. She could ignore them. But she won't.
She said she banned and blocked, y'all, 1 million people on Twitter. You know how long does it take to block 4 people on Instagram or Twitter? It takes a while. So you sat there and blocked 1 million users on your Twitter. So you went, you go, 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 you go. You did that for 1 million times. You went down your whole fucking list and blocked 1 million people because it was putting negative stuff on your profile. You blocked 1 million fucking people. Huh? I get mad when I have to block 4 people. That shit is not easy. 1 million, my nigga? And if you haven't saw Twitter, when you block someone, it asks you, are you sure you want to block this person? Yes. You got to press yes. Then it asks you again, are you sure you want to block this person for good? You got to put yes. That's a lot. So what you didn't do was spend time with your children. What you didn't do was spend time with your husband. What you didn't do was take care of your fucking self because you just got out the hospital. You wanted to look at the trolls that you can easily get off of social media and not look at. But you so hungry for attention, Miss Chrissy Teigen, that you didn't want to stop. You didn't want to not look at the shit that they were saying about you. No, I gotta see what these people are saying about me. Because I don't want nobody to talk about me. But you put it on your own social media. If any motherfucking man in their right mind put that on their social media, everybody in the motherfucking book would say this man's a pedophile. If I put that on my social media, I love pizza. I love pussy. It's nothing better than a 13-year-old's pussy. I would be called a pedophile in a quickness. I would be called sick by everybody. But because I'm a man, I gotta own up to that. She's a female. She don't have to own up to it because she's a female.
She's set up as a mother to block 1 million people. I block 100, I'd get tired. 1 million? Another tweet, she continued, when pedo Ghislaine Maxwell sings like a canary, if she doesn't die and we'll have nothing to do with this, I know for a fact it won't go away. They'll just think of another excuse. It is extremely disheartening. I don't know how to stop this. I don't think anyone quite gets it. On Tuesday, Maxwell pled not guilty. I sent me some tweets. I don't know how to search my Twitter account. I don't know how. 5. But I lost where I was, and I don't see it again now. The story. But anyway, I don't know how she's going to deal with whatever it is that she's dealing with, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm sick of these motherfuckers, really, these Hollywood people.
Maxwell. No. What he was saying was Maxwell was in trouble because Maxwell put the singer Maxwell. He put a tweet up there saying that he finds 20-year-olds attractive. He still finds 20 and 19-year-olds attractive. He's in trouble. He had to pay a lawsuit because he's a grown-ass man they felt like him being a grown ass man, he couldn't say that he found this 19-year-old singer attractive. She sued him for harassment. He had to pay out of pocket. But Miss Chrissy Teigen, John Legend's wife, cookbook author, is not being charged at all. I got a story to tell you guys about, you know her, you might like her, you might hate her, Miss Carly B. That story will be happening in a little bit. I'm going to put this bed up that I just got, but that story happened in a little bit. That one is crazy as well. Give you a sneak peek on it. Miss Carly B is in the news again. Not because of some shit that she put in the news. Some shit that came out on her that happened in the news. Sneak peek. Miss Carly B is in some hot water because a picture of her with an underage boy has surfaced online. And I'm not talking about an underage boy picture with just a fan taking a picture with her fan. No. This picture of an underage young boy, his mouth was on her titty. Yeah. And it's not her child. This young boy, teenager, was in the bed with Miss Carly B having sex. His age, 14 years old. 14 years old. That story is coming next. You won't want to miss it because it's crazy. And the reason why I'm talking about that story because Miss Chrissy Teigen, along with her, when the picture came out, what did she do, ladies and gentlemen? She claimed to be the victim. In her words, she said, let's read. She said in her own words, we're going to get to that story in a little bit, but not right now. In her words, she said, in some way, I feel a victim. People put things on social media all the time. Someone put Offset. Someone put Offset out of the picture. That is supposed to be Offset in the picture. Someone replaced Offset with a 14-year-old child. Yeah, the picture looks very, very real and authentic, but it's not. Do not believe the lies. But it just so happened she deleted that tweet on her social media prior to taking a picture with that boy at her concert a year before that. That picture came out of the boy at the concert with her. So basically, if you want us to believe that that boy that's in the bed, that's the same boy, is fake. So that means the picture you took with him at the Hot Rock Casino in Las Vegas, that picture must be fake too, Miss Carly B. And if it is fake, Miss Carly B, why are you faking pictures with your fans? I can't hear you, Miss Carly B. I can't hear you. But you won't talk, Miss Carly B. Because guess what, Miss Carly B? You like having sex with young males. We'll talk about that in a minute. Thank you guys for coming. I am the Listen Doctor Radio. That show will be coming in a little bit. She's in hot water. A lot of people are mad about it. A lot of people are calling for her to be canceled. And I'm on board for her to be canceled as well. Because if this was a man, it wouldn't go down that way. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Love you guys. I'll be back. That story we will do in a minute. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Shout out to everybody who came through. All the beautiful people who came through. Love you, love you, love you. Talk to y'all in a minute. Peace.